Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to the first random game of the day in quite a while! I figured that today we would play some Mega Man Soccer. It's not even just Mega Man, it's actually Mega Man Soccer. He owns soccer, it's ridiculous. But you know, the World Cup has started, and I have to admit that I don't follow soccer super closely. I think Toronto even has a team, although I can't actually tell you much about them. I can't tell you, all of the best players from all of the best teams out there, but I can tell you that when the World Cup comes around, even though I'm not the biggest soccer fan, just everyone else gets so excited about it that I get into it too. And if I'm home and there's a game on, I'll usually watch the game. I mean, of course, with my working schedule, it's not always easy, but sometimes there's games on the weekend. I see the finals could be on the weekend. It's kind of like football. I don't really watch football, but then I watch the final of football. But then people who are who call soccer football probably have no idea what I'm talking about, because I was actually talking about the other kind of football. Also, this is the best title screen. I mean, it's like the most bland thing you could possibly get, and if you don't press anything for like 10 seconds, it fades to black and starts all over again. I wonder if they had plans on like a better title screen, and it's kind of like, nope. And it reminds me of like Super Mario World, where the title movie will restart, except there's no movie. It's just kind of blue background. But yeah, so I mean, the World Cup has started. I mean, everyone at work gets into it. I have friends who watch it, so I enjoy seeing it too. And I don't really have a country to root for. Canada never makes it in, so I don't know who to root for. So I mean, if you want me to root for your team, post it down in the comments, and I guess I'll do that, because I have. Otherwise, I just watch the games and see what happens. But anyway, I am very sick of this title screen just like restarting. And it's interesting to note that this game was never released in Europe. Like, I wonder if they're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how we can translate soccer into, football. It won't fit on the title screen, so just scrap the whole idea of ever localizing it to Europe or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, enough rambling about what the heck this crazy thing is. I think you're supposed to do Capcom Championship. I think you're supposed to do 1P versus the Com. And it's not really my favorite game, so I don't even remember the password. It's sports news, though. It's a beautiful day for two teams are about... What? I think we found our first typo on the first line. It's a beautiful day for teams who are about to ready to head onto the field. Okay, if you say so. What? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? A giant explosion has just rocked the stadium. Yeah. Wait a minute, I think I can see something. It's a bunch of robots? You mean robots exist in this universe? I never would have thought there were robots in a Mega Man game. This is completely surprising. Someone stop the presses. And they're all I guess they're all watching the World Cup on TV too. What are they up to? Those robots look awfully familiar. They were probably built by, Rush. I've got to go and stop them. Are you sure you can take them? I mean, I've only beat Wily 7 times, but maybe. I won't stop you from trying, but... There's always a but. Could this but possibly be? You're no match for them with your current abilities. I mean, you've only gained... what the heck is 8 times 7? 56 abilities from all these bosses. I guess actually subtract 2 because there's only 6 bosses. 54 abilities. I mean, wow. But no, I have to, give you modifications so you can play soccer. Yeah. And it looks like the thing from the beginning of Mega Man 4. It's pretty fantastic. Plus, I mean, I guess you added in the Game Boy games, which had a few extra attacks. Mega Man should be able to kick anything's butt at this point. But he needs an upgrade, which makes his face all slanted. It's, the best upgrade ever. I think it glitched at some point. And with that, yeah, we are brought to the boss selection. And I've actually always really liked this. I mean, first of all, you for some reason get like a weird remix of Mega Man 5's boss select theme. I always wondered why they would choose that out of all of them. But considering Mega Man 7's boss screen was very different, this is actually a really kind of traditional Mega Man 2 through 6 boss screen. And you have bosses from all of our favorite games. Elect Man from number 1, Fireman from number 1, Needle Man 3, Dust Man 4, Pharaoh Man 4, Wood Man 2, Cut Man 1, Skull Man 4. So for some reason, we have the Mega Man 5 stage select music, and no bosses from Mega Man 5! Yeah! Capcom was logicking that day, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, no bosses from Mega Man 6 either. Was this game in production for like 5 years and none of them were created by that point? Okay, anyway, I have no idea who we should do. I mean, Mega Man 1 is kind of cool. Yeah, why does Mega Man 1 get so much love? 3 bosses from Mega Man 1. 1 from Mega Man 2, 1 from Mega Man 3, and 3 from Mega Man 4. Something here really doesn't make any sense. But who should we do? Pharaoh Man. When I play Mega Man 4, I usually start with Pharaoh Man, but no, actually, when I start Mega Man 1, I usually start with Cutman. So logically, I guess Cutman makes some sense. And yeah, Mega Man 5 stage intro music, even though there's no bosses for Mega Man 5. I'm not going to question this anymore. Okay, what do we got here? We have formations, apparently. I don't know anything about soccer, so I mean, I guess we'll go with this one. Although all the soccer people out there are like, Andrew, that is the most statistically incorrect position to place your players. And I'm like, I have no idea. Also, I'm now picking various Mega Man heads, all of which look exactly the same. Hooray! I mean, I apologize for my lack of soccer knowledge. Baseball is my favorite sport, and I actually played it for quite a few years as a kid. I also played hockey quite a bit, and I did play soccer 1 year. And that was mainly because I wanted to play it with a friend who also played soccer. You know, this is also, this is all in a league. I of course, would like after school sometimes play soccer with friends, but we were never too serious about it or anything like that. Also, yeah, I don't know all the controls here. We need to figure this out. Y seems to be shoot or pass. B seems to also be exactly the same thing. A kind of does a slide, I think. One thing I've never liked about sports games is how you're expected to control, like, everybody on the team. It's like, it's always been confusing to me. How do you slide? I know I slid, like, a second ago. There, I kind of did a slide there. B kind of jumps up so you can get in the way of the ball. I know that in soccer, watching the World Cup, headers are a huge thing. I mean, like, 1,000,000,000% of goals happen on headers in front of the net. It's crazy. Also, whoa! I'm pretty sure we need to, like, consult the referees on that one. I mean, I've seen some pretty terrible, like, BS calls in the World Cup, but I think murdering the goalie takes the cake for most ridiculous thing ever. Man, now I know why they call him Cut Man, because he cut the cheese. It's pretty obvious, if you ask me. Anyway, we need to, somehow do a thing here. Although, if I can't ever catch him, I don't exactly understand how I'm supposed to ever do anything. Also, I like how we have Yellow Mega Man in the goal. Also, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I like how there's like 8 Mega Mans. I mean, I knew he was getting an upgrade, but I didn't think he was getting cloned. Maybe Dr. Light just always had like an army of them ready for the day that Mega Man would take up soccer. Who knows? Who knows? Also, this is actually kind of hurting my left hand. I don't know why. Just usually, playing video games doesn't do that. Although it's strangely getting a cramp. I don't know if it's because I have no idea what I'm doing or because I don't know. I actually don't know. But okay, let's actually not get a cramp this time. Actually, it might be because of, like, at work I lift all of the boxes and put them onto skids, and it's probably, like, destroying my hands. But, people need to make money somehow, and if you don't, destroy your hand while you're making money, what can you do? Okay, so he passed it to that Mega Man, who passes it to that Mega Man, who gets it stolen by that Cut Man, and passes it to that Mega Man, and he shoots, and he gets passed to that, and Mega Man kind of runs after it, and it's kind of out of bounds, but it's kind of not, because it doesn't look like there's any out of bounds. Also, that clock at the top is actually going down in real time. One of my biggest pet peeves in sports games is, like, especially, I mean, I haven't played too many modern sports games, but, back in the days, it was like Super Nintendo sports games. Like, it would be like in, what's it called? Like a period of hockey is 20 minutes. And it would actually say 20 on the counter, except like each minute would be like 10 seconds. It'd be like ridiculous. Okay, so is there like a run button? Like, no, Y, which would normally be the run button in a Super Nintendo game, is kick. I have no idea what's going on here. People are like, Andrew, use the soccer force or something like that, but I just don't know how. Okay. Okay, so I kind of got by you. Let's get by you. Okay. Yeah, I don't even think I've actually gotten one shot on goal, which is not so great. Okay. Wow, so when we have it with this guy, the time doesn't even move, so we can kind of go around and do whatever we want. You can even run like way over here. Can the goalie like actually go and score? That would be incredible. I think I've actually seen clips before where like a soccer goalie will kick it from like one side of the field and then it'll actually somehow go in. Soccer actually usually has like ridiculously low scores though compared to some games. And I mean, it's like sometimes you have games where there's no goals at all after 90 minutes. It's crazy. Although one of my biggest pet peeves with soccer is when games end in like a tie. It's like, that's no fun. I watched 90 minutes to like, for a game to end in a tie. There should always be a shootout or something. Something like that. Although, yeah, so Cutman's kind of winning this one, though. So unless I get at least one more, hey! That's referee! if you're out there somewhere. Okay, like, I don't know what to do. Out of bounds! Look at all the spring robots! It's pretty great. Kick in! Yeah, okay. So, got that. Okay, so yeah, Mega Man jumped like a header into the stands. Okay. Okay, so we need to figure out how to win. I think that's an important thing to figure out when playing any video game. So, I mean, I pass it, and, I mean, like, it kind of goes to Cutman. This is why you don't see more sports games on my channel. In case you've ever wondered, I wonder why Andrew doesn't play more sports video games for random games of the day. This is why. This is most definitely why. Also, I wanted to play Mega Man Soccer, not just because, Mega Man's kind of cool, but also because if I had played a real FIFA game, it would have been a gigantic disgrace to whatever country I played as. So, it was best to kind of just steer clear of that trouble and, the disgrace I would have brought someone out there's team and, play as Mega Man who, Capcom's already treated him like trash the last 3 years anyway, so nobody is being hurt by anything. Also, yeah, like, what is even going on? I can't get to the other side of the field. I mean, it's like you try to pass, but it's like all the Mega Mans are out having an E-tank or something, and none of them are there to get your pass. Okay, so I mean, if we look at the blue dots, we can pass down there, but then there's like no one to pass to here. Mega Man, get the thing! There's like 3 of you tripping over each other. Yeah. Also, I'm trying to listen to this music. I don't think it's actually from any Mega Man game, but I'm not listening too well. So let's listen for like a second. Oh, no! Trip! Foul! Yellow card! Penalty shot! Score! No, I mean, that's how it would work if this was a real FIFA game. Penalty shots all over the place. But, it seems like you can murder people in this game of soccer and no one even cares. Nobody cares. I mean, it baffles me. They could have been making an actually good Mega Man game in the time they spent to make this. But nope. I mean, it's a nice boss select screen and everything, but why does it have to be soccer? I mean, heck, speaking of good Mega Man games, they localize this, but they don't localize Mega Man in base? Like, whose terrible decision was that? For people who don't know, Mega Man in base is a really cool side-scrolling Mega Man game where you can also play as base, and it plays just like all the other original series Mega Man games 1 through 8, where you fight 8 bosses and go through a whole tower and all that and get new power-ups, and cool stuff like that happens, but it was only released on the Super Famicom in Japan, and it baffles my mind why it was never localized. I mean, it has a lot of text because you can kind of collect CDs, which give you biographies of all of the Robot Masters from Mega Man 1 through 8 plus the Game Boy games, but it's still, I mean, it's like, I can't believe they never localized it because it was so cool. It was eventually released on the Game Boy Advance, but it's just not the same. I have it on the Famicom, on the Super Famicom, and it's just so great having like a nice full screen Super Nintendo version of the game. I mean, I usually prefer Super Nintendo versions to Game Boy Advance ports, like the Donkey Kong Country games were all ported to Game Boy Advance, but I would always prefer to play them on the Super Nintendo, usually just because I find they look a bit better and the screen's not crushed. And I mean, I guess in the end, at least I only lost 1 goal. I mean, I say that, anything can happen in 14 seconds. Also, why is the time not going down? I mean, it was at 14 seconds for about 20 seconds, so if they get another goal, I'm officially calling BS. Because this game should be over by now. Oh my gosh. 4, okay, let's just like stop. No, okay, 4. Like, see, that clock takes way too long to start working again. I've been running for like 12 seconds. Goal, 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 goal! It's only halftime! I just want this to end. Okay, so clearly 322 is not working. Cutman's on the sweeper. I don't even really know what that means, but if Cutman's doing it, I guess we'll just copy him or something like that. Oh, now we're on the other side of the goal. This isn't so great. What have we even got going here? Okay, so we got Cutman doing his thing again. Like, where am I even? There I am. And if you press start, it's just like, time! It always makes you think it's gonna be like time up from like Mario or something like that. Okay, so they're just kind of running, and I can't really catch you because, I mean, when everybody runs the same speed, I don't get how you're ever supposed to catch the person with the ball. But I mean, they always seem to be able to get me, so there's clearly some kind of controls here I don't know. Like, can we figure some of those out? Because, I mean, A is shoot, Y is shoot, B is shoot. Everything seems to be shoot. I guess that's why they call him Run and Shoot Man. It's pretty fantastic. Anyway. Okay, no, yeah, good job there, goalie man. Again, okay. But see, like, Cutman always catches up to me and cuts me off. But I mean, Mega Man can't even do anything mega like his name says. I mean, okay, there's a way to slide, and I know I did it like twice. Like, it seems like sometimes, like, yeah, like, when I don't have the ball, you can slide. But when you have the ball, you can't slide. So then, like, it's just, like, a back and forth for, like, an hour of, like, who has the ball. It's like, ugh. I guess you're supposed to pass it, but then there's, like, no one to pass it to. And it goes right to Cutman's face, and it goes to that guy's face. Mega Man gets the face, running with the face. It's not the way we really want to go, but it's good. Kick ahead. Oh, and then Cutman steals the thing. It's like, ugh. This is why I don't commentate on soccer games. Coming soon to Andrew's Games Display, FIFA World Cup commentary. It's going to be fantastic, I can guarantee you. Anyway, okay, so that guy. And pass it to that guy. Okay, pass it to... There's no one to pass it to, so I don't get what I'm supposed to do. I don't get what I'm supposed to do. Select do anything. Oh, select gets rid of the map. I mean, I guess it makes the screen clearer, but at the same time, I have no idea where anyone is. Not that it seems to help much to know where anyone is. Like get the ball, man. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, you can slide at the thing, you do the thing. Is there a way, like, this LNR doesn't really seem to, seem to do anything. I don't have the box for this game, so I don't have the manual, so I don't know about every single control. Actually, options, you probably would have had, like, an option to change some of the controls, but, you know, too cool for that. Okay. Okay, so we murdered Cutman. That's good. There's a lot more than that. Okay, so we get to that guy. You've seen this before, where we get to this point, and then it's like, oh man, Cutman stole the ball. Okay, go, 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 go. No, like, I don't even know where my dudes are. Okay, so it goes over there. Hey, feels like we've done this before. I mean, I'm having a massive case of deja vu. It's pretty fantastic. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna shoot. Thankfully, he shot right to the goalie. Okay, so everyone kind of just stands around and doesn't really do anything when I'm here. But if I like ran over here, like, he runs faster than me. I don't get what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so pass to that guy, pass to that guy, pass to that guy, pass to the... Oh, interception! Okay. This has been like the longest 5 minutes of my life. Yeah, I guess I just say period, but that's a hockey thing, eh? I guess they call it just halves in soccer. Okay. 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 Also, the question of the day is something I've always wondered. What do people in England, or, you know, Europe, or wherever soccer is called football, call American football? Do they just, like, is it called American football? I one time asked Teal Game Master this, and he said that they call football rugby. Although in America, football and rugby are actually two different things. Now, I'm not experts on either of them, so I can't name exactly what all those differences are, but we do have two different kind of things here called each of those, so that doesn't really work-ish. So, I mean, if you are in a place where football, or soccer, is called football, what do you call American football? That is your question of the day. For everyone else, just do something. Anyway, okay, so we're going. Ugh. Darn it, I thought there was a blue dot up there. I don't get it. Then you pass to that guy. It seems like Cutman's guys are always in the perfect positions, even though my guys never are. It's like, okay. Oh, header reception into the parking lot. Kick in! Ugh. Can you score on yourself? Yeah! That's about the only goal I'm probably ever going to get in this game, so... Heck yeah! I scored! Never thought I'd be able to say that, and I don't care if it was on myself. Also, this starts us at the halfway line, which, you know, it's like the farthest I've ever actually gotten towards their goal, so... And I slid right under his feet. I mean, this is more messed up than that game with Brazil, where the referees were just like, ugh. I kind of saw that, and I kind of heard about that. Anyway, we have the longest minute ever. I think that was the name of like a movie, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't understand how I can't run anywhere, Yeah, Cutman just runs up in your face like it's no thing, and just steals the ball from you every 10 seconds. So you got that, and it goes right to Cutman, and I'm sliding through him, and it's not doing anything. New game. See how high Cutman's score can go. This is actually like that mini game in Banjo-Tooie where the person with the highest score loses. Let's just pretend that's the case. It will make me feel better. Anyway, like I could swear there was a blue dude down there, but then apparently there wasn't. Apparently there wasn't. See, I'm pretty sure that upgrade that Dr. Light gave me was actually complete BS, and he just wanted to watch me suffer. I think that's what's actually going on here. I mean, really, if I had any of those attacks from the first 7 games, I could just destroy everyone. Like, what attack could be used? We could use, you know, Leaf Shield, actually. You probably get something like that after you beat Woodman. See, the way it works is after you beat each person, you can play as their team, and then, you know, Cutman has the special attack where he murders people, but I don't think we're ever going to make it that far. We're probably not going to make it that far. I have just a hunch. Just a, you know, a bit of a hunch. Just a little one. Anyway, let's see how far. Can we even make it to the halfway line? Come on, 5. Look at him sliding at me. Like, I don't understand how you're supposed to ever get anywhere near their net. That was the most pathetic 10 minutes of soccer I've ever seen. And in case you ever wanted to continue from nothing, copy down all 5 billion dollars. Like, that's a more ridiculous password than Mega Man 2. Why? Why the heck is it that? Like, really? I mean, I am serious. Like, if Mega Man 2 could have a 5x5 square and have that be enough for, you know, any combination of 8 bosses, why does Mega Man Soccer need a freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, an 8x8 square? I'm done with this game. I'm completely done with this game. And soccer. And it doesn't even, it just boots you back to the title screen. So does that mean if I actually wanted to continue, I would have to enter that? There's no, like, you know, continue option? Clearly, I should never play soccer again. But with that said, yeah, first random game of the day in a while. I hope you enjoyed that. We are now back to the title screen, which likes to, for some reason, fade to black every 10 seconds. And you know, before we have to endure that anymore, I will bid you adieu. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time for something different. So thanks, and see you later.